commentary slash video. Um, you know, as the time passes by, I just decide to myself that is it like really worth even attempting to I guess even attempting to show good manners and show like just a sense that they exist. And I'm beginning to say no. I'm beginning to say no. I'm beginning to say that, yeah, maybe like we should just disregard them. And it's hard to do it because they're all around, but maybe like you have to be in such a way that, you may even have to ignore them if they talk to you, like just earbud it out when it comes to modern women. And the reason why I'm gonna say this is because of I'm gonna start with this Quranic verse, and I'm gonna give more examples of why maybe you'll need to follow that path. I'm gonna read the verse real quick. Audu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. La takunu kalladina nasullah fa'ansahum anfusahum ulaika hum fasikun. So basically that means, and be not like those who forgot Allah, so he made them forget themselves. Those are the defiantly disobedient. Now let's kind of break that down a little bit, and you know, um, when you forget God, right? Then basically, you know, you're basically immersed in material pleasures, and what are boss babe city girls only invested in? Mostly materials, right? That's really all they care about, right? Also, it just like their humanity is gone. I hate to say it, but I'm gonna show you why it's gone in a couple of videos. I'm basically gonna show you why. And also that one thing that it makes you when you forget God, it just makes you it makes them feel like they're just independent, and it breeds arrogance, and they have forgotten their humanity, and they have forgotten their identity. And the thing is because and the thing is that with the Quran, it's a universal book. We all know it's a universal book. The Muslims are the ones we decide, inshallah, to use it for guidance. But the rules in the Quran are applicable to every human being, regardless is if they're Muslim or non-Muslim. It's still applicable. It's applicable to them, because it's just like the rules in there are like just cut and dry. There's nothing really complicated in terms of the rules. And so if you follow those rules, it could blueprint you to success. However, and the remembrance of God. However, I'm not trying to get all philosophical and talk about religion or anything like that. I'm just saying that when you're so entrenched in what they're entrenched in, then these kind of things will make you forget yourself. And we see how they have forgotten themselves. And I'm just going to give you a couple of videos about this in order to show how they have forgotten about themselves in their very nature. But let's get into it. Hold on just a minute. Let me get the videos up. So here we have again Miss Dating Coach. Miss I got a Miss I got pregnant by a married man. And now I just found out Miss I got pregnant by another married man as well. A YouTuber dropped that spilled that tea. But let's listen to her and her forgetful self.
These Dusties have a warped definition of what a man is.
Okay, so basically, when she calls you Dusty, what that means is that, since she's single, since she has a turkey neck, basically, since she doesn't have a father figure for that kid, and she's looking for a father figure for that kid, but the men are like, no, it's not going down like that, and no, we're not spending money on you either. You become a Dusty. And this applies to all these women as well, that when you decide that you're not gonna like cater to their every need, you become a Dusty to them, you know whether it be financially or whether it be even psychologically, where they just want to walk all over you. But let's continue.
And please don't come in my comment section talking about, say some, not all men. That's something a Dusty says, because...
Okay, so with that kind of logic, right? If I say all modern Western women have ridden the cock carousel, if one of them says some, not all, then with your logic, that would mean that's something someone who has rode in the cock carousel has will say, basically. Am I hearing that correct? Well, let's continue.
Any man who is truly a man knows that when I say something that doesn't apply to him, I ain't talking about him. He know he ain't a Dusty. I don't make content bashing men.
Yeah, you do. You can shut that shit up. You do make content bashing men because of your choice of men. That's why.
Eviscerate a damn Dusty. Dusties get so mad at you, they don't even want to do any self-reflection or self-evaluation. I think deep.
Yeah, it sounds like you haven't done any self-evaluation at all. And you need to be telling this to the quote unquote sisterhood, because they definitely don't do that.
Down inside, they do know that they're the problem, but they're too lazy to do the physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual.
So you're saying that they're too lazy to do all that work, but it sure as hell doesn't look like you work out at all. So I don't even know why you're talking. Like, why are you talking about physical work and you don't even work out? Please let me know.
Work it takes to be a better man. That's all it boils down to at the end of the day. They got all this energy to come in my comments and say all of this negative stuff, deflecting, trying to insult me, but never want to take the time to understand that the fact that they are even triggered means that what I'm saying applies to them.
Not necessarily. What they're triggered at is the fact that you're so hypocritical. You wrecked not one home, but you wrecked 2 homes, and you have the nerve to try to tell people who a man is? But yet the men you chose were married. Can we really say those were men?
Any man it doesn't apply to is not going to feel some type of way about anything that I'm saying, because he knows that the behavior that I am describing does not belong to him. And
okay, so instead of saying it does not apply to him, she says it does not belong to him. What an idiot.
Men who aren't dusty still are a part of the problem. Because
And then this is how you know she maybe has multiple personality disorder or something like that. This is how you know she has that. So she's like, she at first wants to like almost big up men who she quote unquote thinks are real, but then she goes and says, "Oh, they're part of the problem. You're part of the problem." I'm not gonna even say make it make sense, but make it make sense.
they aren't doing what they're supposed to do as men by holding these men accountable and making it a requirement to take accountability. Some of them do want to say, oh, that's not the type of man I am.
So you're talking about making people hold accountability, but nobody has made you hold accountability for the things that you have done. And nobody is making, and you're certainly not making women hold accountability for the chaos that they have caused, basically.
That's just the man you choose. Well, what you're supposed to do as a man is grab your balls, stand up to other men, and encourage each other to make it extremely difficult for a woman to make a poor choice in man.
No, it doesn't work like that because we have things to do. We have to make sure that the earth is basically okay. We have to make sure that things are functioning correctly in society. We don't get the luxury of just saying, "Hey, let me slow down to basically go at my fellow man." No, there's no time for that. Okay, I'm not gonna even say the same should be applied to her because at this point she's pretty much finished.
The less amount of men who are dusties, the less likely it would be for a woman to choose one. Your job as a man is not.
No, it wouldn't because at the end of the day, especially black women in this country, Boledro women in this country, they actually mess with the same men most of the time. And you know, especially in these big cities, especially in those big cities. And the statistics show what I'm talking about as well.
To torment women. A male who is prestigious in the manhood department, he knows better. He knows that putting down women is not the way that you win this war. Putting down women.
Okay, never listen to what a woman says, especially when it pertains to trying to quote unquote help men. She's never going to have the interests of the man. She's always going to play these bait and switch games. So never like never depend on her for an opinion, you know, or advice.
Men that are not your preference is a waste of male energy. You could be using your energy to build wealth, to build better communities, to work on your leadership skills, to accumulate more resources so that you can protect your family and your women. You may not be a dusty. You may think you're not a dusty, but it's enough dusties out here for it to be a problem for you.
To be honest, there's not really a lot of dusties, to be honest. Like, I'm gonna be real with you. A lot of quite a bit of black people, black men, I should say, are like productive and just do things that they would be considered dusty. Like I'm gonna just be giving you an example in my personal experience. I know a longshoreman. He's a millionaire, you know, but of course, him being a longshoreman, that job would be considered a dusty job, you know, especially by this Miss Piggy looking woman.
Because by 6 degrees of separation, these Dusties are affecting your life in some kind of way. If they're not affecting you directly, they're affecting you indirectly by targeting the women in your life. When you
Okay, that makes no sense at all. You see how these women just talk to hear themselves talk? It's like she's in essence saying the women in your life, but it's like, okay, why are you saying this when most of the time the quote unquote dusties that you're talking about are pretty far separated from working class black men?
Dusties ask women to make all of the changes, you are telling women that we are the ones that lead, that we are the only ones that can change the outcome of an entire community. It would take us working together for us to be able to change how things are going.
And that's something that you don't want to do. So you need to just shut that kumbaya shit up, because we know you don't want to do it. Yeah, she's a damn dating coach. Get the hell out of here. Sorry for the language. Okay, let's look at another video. Let's listen to what she has to say.
I love vacation sex. You just get nastier. If you do anal.
Okay, so now she said she loves vacation sex. You just get nastier. Keep in mind, I want you guys to keep something in mind, yeah? Keep in mind that when they do these girl trips and stuff like that, and say like you're the beta boyfriend provider. Say you're the boyfriend provider, or even worse, you know, I hate to say it, but sometimes it does go like that. It bees like that. But say you're the husband, and you let your wife go ahead and wander. You know, she goes ahead and she wanders, you know, to let's just say she goes to, yeah, let's just say she goes to like Jamaica, right? Now, unfortunately, what will happen is that she has deprived you of, you know, the great feel good, you know, and it's probably rationing it off to you. Okay, you have to do this. Okay, you have to do that. But when she goes out of town, best believe that goes out the window when it comes to her with her girlfriends and what they're looking to get out of their vacation.
You had a little dookie on your sheets, but you'll just sleep in it. You're just like,
okay, here, let me see.
vacation sex. You just get nastier. If you do anal, you had a little dookie on your sheets, but you'll just sleep in it.
You know, in Islam, the thing is we prohibit anal sex. You know, you're not supposed to do that. We don't do that. You know, that's sodomy. And you know, there's a saying that, you know, if you do anal sex, it means that you play for the other team, basically. And so the fact that she's talking about this and stuff like that, and the way she's talking about it, it's sad, and it just goes to show you that this is normalized with all these women. Okay, the thing is about the good women, right? They're not really present. They're not really there. You know what I mean? They don't really exist anymore. This is the situation we're in right now. But let's continue. Let's listen.
Just like, Adina, I'm serious. In the hotel, you're sleeping in it. You're just like, just get nastier. If you do anal, you had a little dookie on your sheets, but you'll just sleep in it. You're just like,
okay, so you look at these hosts, right? You look at how they look, tattooed up, fake eyelashes, and it's like, would you want to come near like these things? Like, would you want to come near like it just goes to show you how it is. And it just goes to show you that when you get a group of women together, especially on like a podcast or something, it's all bad. It's all bad to do that. But let's continue.
Medina. I'm serious in the hotel. You're not about to get up and be like, can somebody come change these sheets?
Why not?
Are you serious?
I'm late with the come, but not.
See, you see how they talk so like just like lewd? You see how lewd their talking is? Just casually talking about this stuff like it's no problem. No shame at all.
With the shit.
It's still bodily fluids.
But it's a different fluid that's carrying bacteria.
It's not a
It's a
dookie
cream.
log, you guys. It's a skin mark. God damn, it's just a little slice of dookie on the sheet. I love bacon.
Okay, so basically, and unfortunately, that's one of the characteristics of Dajjal. You know, Dajjal, he's kind of uncleaned and uncapped. You know what I mean? That's one of the characteristics that you will find in the Dajjal is that he does not like he does not really like being clean and being hygienic. And you have to ask yourself, did these modern Western women like take that page out his playbook before him even arriving? But let's look at one more thing. So this is, someone said gospel twerk music. Let's see what they're talking about.
Drop it low for Jesus.
Drop it low for Jesus. Older Bilal Mendalik. What do you think Isa alayhi salam would say if he was here right now and they were doing this for him? What do you think he would say?
Keep the Lord in mind. When you're dirty wine, drop it for Jesus. In the club, shake it to the floor and show it love.
Okay, so do you think Jesus would want clubs to be around? Do you think he would, let's just say he was walking this present earth right now. Do you think he would even want to go to a club?
I'm on the grind, 'cause for my sins he died. 'Cause I know I'll be at the pearly gates for sure.
Okay, and then that's another problem. We don't know if we're going to heaven or hell. You know, we don't know. We can only hope that we're going to heaven or hell. Or heaven. Let's just say heaven. We can only like aspire to do that. But we don't know, so we shouldn't even say it as she's singing it.
In the number when the trumpet starts to blow, but tonight I gotta drop it low.
So there you have it, guys. Women, modern Western women have forgotten themselves, and we're in the situation we're in right now because they largely played a part in making that situation, basically. But anyhow, that's all I got for now, guys. Y'all leave your thoughts and leave your comments and let me know what you think. Fula signing out. Njarama.